What's up, James? How you doing, brother? Long time no see.
Oh man, it's been a minute.
It's like, no, we work together every day. But dude, thanks for joining me on an early version. Catch a Flight with Pauly. What's up, YouTube people? How y'all doing?
So what's up with the name? Let's Catch a Flight with Pauly. What do you got going on?
I'm going to flight school. I'm learning how to be a pilot, so I thought it might be neat.
No, for real.
For real, this is what they call a flight in the beer industry. I know you're new to this industry, right?
Yeah.
And I've been brewing at Great Notion. I'm head brewer for you. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I think it sounds like a cool name, dude. If it sucks, let us know. Maybe we'll change it. I don't know. Probably not, but.
But the idea is that like you want to just kind of check in with other brewers, other people in the industry.
You got it, dude.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have some exciting guests on here in the future. Okay. Hopefully, we can have a Blazer someday. A Timbers, maybe Timber Joey for all the kids, right? He'll come out. Our neighbors at Pine State. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to start with you. One of co-founders, co-head brewer at Great Notion Brewing. And let's let people know kind of who we are, what we do. But let's start with an easy one, dude.
Okay.
What'd you have for breakfast today, James?
I had shredded wheat for breakfast.
Okay, cool.
But I don't mean to make it sound like
do you have any problems down here?
Just super healthy, because it was the shredded wheat with that sugar on, the frosted sugar on
Was
top.
the blueberry one?
No, it wasn't blueberry, but just frosted shredded wheats.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
I try to sit down with my son Lewis. He loves cereal. He likes a lot of sweet cereal, so
cool.
I try to set a good example by eating frosted shredded wheat.
No, that's good, man. Yeah. So you have breakfast with the kids every day, right?
Yeah, I make a double stack shake that I have every morning. It's soy milk, a glass of double stack. And
I can't tell if he's joking or not, everyone. You want to start with the breakfast, right? Is this a balanced breakfast?
No, man. Here, cheers.
What's this
I
one?
would consider this an unbalanced breakfast.
Unbalanced breakfast, okay. What's this beer all about?
So unbalanced breakfast it's an interesting beer. It's basically a hybrid between two different beers.
Okay.
So Blueberry Muffin is one of the beers that we've kind of gotten, people have just fallen in love with that beer. And it's essentially like a Berliner Weiss that tastes like a Blueberry Muffin. Double Stack has a component of unbalanced breakfast as well. So this beer is a Berliner Weiss, but it's aged on coffee, whole bean Sumatra from Clutch Coffee. And then it's fermented with, again, a ridiculous amount of maple syrup.
Cool.
So this beer kind of bridges the gap between.
It's like a sour version of blueberry pancakes, right?
It is.
Yeah. Nice. So why beer, man? Why aren't you in the weed industry or making, whiskey or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate the cannabis industry, and I think if it wasn't for, the federal government kind of holding that industry back, they would be both at the same place right now.
Yeah.
But post-prohibition, there's all these large, macro breweries kind of created in our country, and then in the probably mid '80s, early '90s, we started seeing some what were called microbreweries, right? So like the beer industry really got a head start, and it's only now that we're starting to see craft distillation, right? Craft whiskeys. I mean, we work with a local one, Bull Run Distillery. I mean, they're awesome, right?
Yeah.
We get barrels for them for double stack.
Yeah, we just got some from Rose City and Freeland too.
Totally, yeah. So,
but why James get into beer though?
Okay, right. So, I think part of it for me was growing up in Pennsylvania. I grew up outside of Philly, as Philadelphia in the house, right?
Philly. 215.
So I grew up drinking Yingling Lager, and on the East Coast, I don't think we kind of moved as fast as the West Coast moved when it came to craft beer. I ended up moving out to California, and man, I came across a bottle of Arrogant Bastard from Stone.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I had never had anything like that in my life. And I became very intrigued with craft beer. Very soon after, I discovered Pliny the Elder, which, that beer was huge for me.
Yeah.
I'd go to this bar in Berkeley called Ben and Nick's. There was a family relationship, so they always had a keg of Pliny on top.
Oh, cool.
So that was like my jam, going there and drinking Pliny. I decided I should start brewing this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Craft beer has really exploded, right? And we Paul, Andy, and I mean, we all live on the same street. We're neighbors. We got a cool story.
So how'd you move from just beer drinker to beer brewer?
So that move started with brewing my first batch of beer. My first batch that I brewed was Pliny the Elder, like clone. Vinny from Russian River has been very forthcoming with his ingredients, with his recipes, which I really appreciate. You know, I gave it a shot. That was my first beer. I didn't do all extract. I jumped right into all grain. You know, the first batch of my Pliny clone, it's all right, man. You know, but I got the brewing bug, and I started home brewing nonstop. And very soon after, I realized that this was a really important part of my life. I really love brewing, and I started really dreaming about making it a profession. Sure. You know, I was very, very passionate about it. I spent a lot of weekends alone in a garage with a burner and some kettles, and really working hard.
Is that a burner phone or no?
No, not a burner phone. Propane burner and mash tun in a kettle, and I spent so much time at home really refining recipes. And one of the beers on this tray is Juice Box.
This middle guy right here, right?
Yeah, this is Juice Box.
Cheers.
Cheers. Juice Box was one of the first double IPAs I started brewing at home, and it's 100% Mosaic, Pilsner malt. The yeast strain is one of the first yeast strains that kind of became known for hazy IPA strains, and that's London 3. Now we use a local yeast purveyor called Imperial Yeast. It's up Imperial. So we get yeast from them, but you know, the combination of Mosaic, no two-row, no dark malts, not really any specialty. This beer is the beer that made me realize that like an incredible beer can be incredibly simple, right? Like you don't need, that was the mistake I was making as a home brewer. Too many specialty malts, and really you don't need a lot. You just really need quality ingredients and a quality process. Juice Box is like an OG homebrew recipe, and it's still a fan favorite, you know, here at Great Notion.
So you heard it first that we have to call this JB double IPA though. But before we wrap up, man, what do you see as some cool trends or things that we're going to be working on in 2019?
You know, man, like when we first started here, I had this like carboy of sour culture in my garage, and I used to enter it into homebrew competitions, and I knew it was a super cool culture because it was like a blend of all my favorite Brett strains, Pidio, Lacto, within, as most homebrewers know, you can put your favorite dregs from any sour beer into that carboy, and you build this really unique culture. So when we opened here, we had a bunch of sour barrels in this place, and we ended up winning a silver at GABF.
Heart of Gold?
For Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
And it was super exciting, man. That was the first year we were open, and
we won the second best sour in the country.
Competition was
awesome.
fierce. So we just didn't have enough room here, as you know, to build our sour program. So
we had like 10 barrels.
Yeah, with our production facility now, we have an incredible barrel program, and I'm super excited to be working with Rob, who...
We'll probably get him on a future interview.
Yeah, who really is passionate about sour beer. He's passionate about innovation, creativity, using ingredients to create a unique sour beer. So we now have, finally coming in 2019, our first sour bottles.
Cool.
Which I'm super stoked about.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else would be too.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. I'm excited to see where the artwork goes on that too. For those that don't know, James is, you know, one of our favorite art directors here at Great Notion. Yeah. What about, so besides sours, are there any maybe like beer? You know, I know people are getting excited about mixing beer with ciders and wine in the legal way, of course, right?
Sure, yeah.
Are we doing some things like that in 2019?
We are, yeah. I have a beer called Caramel Apple Stout. It's just kind of the working name, but essentially what we're doing is we're making an incredible base Imperial Stout, right? Yeah. And then we're fermenting it with apple purees from Oregon farms, blended 2 different apples. The apples have this crazy awesome acidity, so it kind of balances in a really interesting way with the like roasty sweet stout character.
Yeah, and the caramel.
Yeah, and then we're gonna ferment it with house-made caramel. I mean,
sweet.
So caramel apple stout. I've seen salted caramel stouts, but I've never seen a caramel apple stout, and I am so excited about this beer.
Oh, my favorite Halloween treat, dude.
We also are playing around with a lot of marshmallow right now. I mean, marshmallow is fun. We found this incredible company that basically has dehydrated marshmallows.
Right.
And we're just, if you look on Instagram, there's photos of like
piece of microphone
bags. Yeah, microphone actually. Yeah, Mike inspired this whole idea with a collab that we did. So we have a beer called Share the Fire Imperial Stout coming out with Rausch malt, which is like smoked, beechwood smoked Pilsner malt, and chocolate, Peruvian cacao nibs. And then we have all this insane amount of marshmallow going into the whirlpool. It's like thick, and it literally is s'mores. Like, cool. So I'm super excited about Share the Fire.
Are there any new hop varieties we're gonna play with more at Great Ocean 2019?
Yeah, man. Like, it's been really hard to get Nelson.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a farm that I just want to give a shout out to, Crosby Hop Farm. They are doing incredible things with hops, and not only with what they're growing on their own, but with networking internationally. And they have created an amazing alliance with some New Zealand hop farmers. Yeah. And I'm very excited about bringing some more Nelson, Kohatu, Waimea.
Waihee we played with. Waihee was a nice beer.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
any others? Strata we've been playing with and really like that, right?
Yeah, Strata's incredible, man.
Yeah. AD hops, yeah.
Yep. So hops are always evolving, and really, if you were going to say like what inspires me most about craft beer, I would say hops.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, you know, the farmers are creating all these incredible hops that are just loaded with tropical juicy fruits, and it works so well with the hazy style.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Cool. Well, dude, yeah, thank you very much. Anything else you want to say, or give a shout to your family or anything cool like that? The kids, maybe?
How about you?
I don't know. I'm on this every week, right? So I'm good.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching and for your support. We love our fans, man. You guys are the best.
Take a flight with Pauly.
Yeah. Shout out to our employees and everyone. If they actually watch it, we'll sing. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Later, bro.